Welcome back. Let's get this franchise matchup jumped off real quick. Here we got the Cleveland Browns taking on the Cincinnati Bengals.
Today, from Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, it's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals taking on Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the Queen City of Cincinnati and Paul Brown Stadium right on the banks of the Ohio River. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gunn. To my left, Charles Davis. And, Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They, too, come in off the bye, so we should have two teams that are eager to get back at it.
And players are creatures of habit. You can bet they enjoyed the time off, but you know they're also ready to get right back into the swing of things.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason, and that can take you deep into January.
All right, let's get to it.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that decision to bring it
Buddy
out
got
ends up
flatlined.
being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it.
Yo, what up, Cody?
The Bengals bring out their punter now. Back deep.
I had to pull up my messages, man.
.33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick of the 2018 draft, the Oklahoma Sooner, Baker Mayfield.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh.
Let's go, Baker.
Coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
Man,
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. Nick Chubb, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. First carry for Nick Chubb, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, and you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And he will be very close to a
Good
first
defense.
down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means
I'm
4th
gonna go
down.
for it.
It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only need a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
But when it's 4th and inches, shouldn't you pick up the first down? I mean, shouldn't you go for it? I mean, if you can't get inches, right? Why are you playing?
And on inches, that's your favorite play, right? Don't mess with handing it off. Just go ahead and get the surge and go right up the gut.
Exactly. Create that. Just a little bit of space should get it done. You're almost able to take the snap and just fall down and pick it up. They got it there. That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Second and 5 now. Mayfield, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and he will take us all the way down to the 38-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head.
I got to get focused.
Okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
It's the new Bengals team. It's not the same Bengals from last year.
Drive. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking.
Mac
there
Wilson.
also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Caught on the right side. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take what you can get situation.
Crazy.
Got out to the tight end.
Holland is all in the air.
Convert on 3rd down.
Like for the last about 2 days. Pollen been falling out the sky like it's snow. Allergy season.
And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Green's first catch of the game. Good for a 1st down. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Man, I had just watched the screen on my patio door. Man, it was so much pollen. It was enough I could see it, and I washed it off. Like took a bucket of water and Pine Sol and actually some Dawn dish liquid and washed it down. And now. It was like a couple hours ago. Not a pollen. It seems like it's trying to get right back on it. It's a lot better than what it was, but it seems like it's trying to accumulate again.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 brings up 3rd and 3.
Burrow on 3rd down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line.
He was out of bounds. I'm going to challenge that.
Have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
No, he stepped out.
Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think he stepped out. It looked like he did.
You have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Dang.
I'm sure as a coach, when you throw the flag, you hold your breath.
They didn't even look at it because they didn't even charge me a timeout.
He's got it.
I supposed to got charged a timeout. This game has been glitching the last couple of days. Not bad.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play you would have made as a rookie.
Glitching enough where I can notice
rookie season is a continuation of your college.
Good touchdown, Cincinnati.
And if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more.
And we got to come right back with one.
And get into a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Let's go.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds.
Only it's man, I thought I got he did step out. I knew he stepped out.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense.
Man, yeah, Madden is tripping, man. Hell yeah, he stepped out. He stepped out before the first down marker.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So that'll back him up 5. Still first down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
14 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 36-yard line.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum there. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Let's roll.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Yeah, Pittsburgh won at 8. Oh, my God.
They came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
The Browns first down.
A run for Nick Chubb. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Chubb. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. From the gun, Mayfield toward the end zone.
Oh, he almost picked that.
Incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
But nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're saying.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
Right back to him.
3rd and short yardage.
Oh, he ain't open.
Flushed out right. He
had to run for it, man. Wasn't nobody open. Nobody was open.
From 4 yards out, and the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
He didn't originally want to run, but he didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled, and wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown
I didn't see
anyway.
nothing open.
It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
Is your controller plugged in?
Austin Seibert on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
About
so
time.
One a long 11-play drive, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. To return it, Darius Phillips.
Oh my God.
Return, able to get out across the
A great return.
36. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. And he'll drop here to throw. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Larry Ogunjobi busting through to get him for a loss of 6. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Work to be done here on second. From the gun to give to Mixon. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Brandon, all things considered.
3rd and 11.
On 3rd down, Burrow.
Come on, get.
Chased out. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Damn, man.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first.
Now Burrow loses the football. But I think a Bengal player was able to get in there. He was. And they'll keep possession of the football.
Nah.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That'll be caught right side by Reed. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Now Nick Chubb and the Browns get set for their next possession. At his current pace, sure looks well in line for a 1,000-yard season. But some of the older folks watching that remember the 12-game seasons in the NFL probably say, man, it was a lot harder to do that back then.
Yeah, even the 14-game seasons. And, you know, when we talk to those veteran runners, some of those guys who wear gold jackets, right, and appear in Canton, they look at this and go, you know, it's kind of like going to school and taking 5 years to get your degree instead of just 4.
A victory lap. Now, they also used to walk uphill to school both ways.
In the snow.
In the snow.
Blizzards.
Milk was 5 cents. Hey, but he's having a great year, not to take anything away from him. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Play fake. Mayfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but it did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down.
And the Browns 1st down.
On the ground, it's Chubb. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Yeah, done left. He done. 9 times out of 10, he going in the locker room.
On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Scored at a 36-yard punt, and the Bengals will take over here first and 10. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a second and 3, second and manageable.
Yes, I think they are. I'm blitzing everybody.
First downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then...
that's what I hate about blitzing, man. It leave you open for the touchdown. For a touchdown pass.
10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Got caught me sleeping.
37 yards, and the Bengals have taken the lead. When they drew that up, I don't think
you blitz everybody like you really taking a hell of a gamble. Like you betting the house that they running. You know what I'm saying?
But let's face it, in today's NFL,
you betting the house.
Those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
I slid into the kick.
We looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
I'll take it on 25.
And this will not be returned. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
And he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it. That's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
He finds Beckham complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40.
OBJ.
Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Chubb. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter. 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan are both larger than life. No doubt about it.
I ain't see dudes after I threw the ball, number 22, I believe. Man, he almost picked it up. We'll get a field goal.
Defense stands up on 3rd.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
Yeah, that was luck. Man.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
The screen was executed and completed, but where's the worry on the play? How many times is a quarterback going to get hit? Because offensive linemen have to do an acting job of making sure it looks like they're whiffing on blocks. But you got to slow them down a little bit, because if you don't, that's a lot of big guys coming at your quarterback in a big, fast way. And boy, he can get hurt.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Burrow looking to pass. And that is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Now Nick Chubb of the Browns gets set for their next possession. Now he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big scorer, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And his throw here is incomplete.
How did he miss that, man?
Grant, but it's going to be second
Grant,
down.
well, Higgins going to get this, man. Because Grant, I don't know how Grant missed that, man.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. Open man is Higgins. And he'll go down.
Good looking, Higgins.
Getting this inside the 30. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
28 yards.
First down, Mayfield. And almost intercepted. Woo. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
It's second down and 10.
So now they'll come up on second and 10, once again from the 28. Mayfield with it once more. This pass complete to Higgins. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away no good. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll start up in the Steel City, Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, where you see the final score there. 28-14 was your final score. From there, let's get over to the Rockies and check out the Broncos at home in Denver. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting L.A. Chargers. Cortland Sutton, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they've gone to the half in that one with the visiting Saints out on top. Michael Thomas, already up near 100 yards receiving with a full half still to go. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. Jakeem Grant now to return. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
On the return, the Browns take over first and 10 at their own 20.
Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen
Let's
to teams before.
let's get back on track.
The best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
And he powers his way up past the 30. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football. You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So here are the Bengals,
Bengals
now as they
looking
get
like
their
they
first
wanna
possession
win.
of this second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion, they'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target, and it's third down.
Brings up third down and 6 yards to go.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And that will be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Returnable for Grant. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
Boy, where were these guys? Be without his performance on the ground. That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson, and he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first.
Ernest Johnson get you a couple carries, bro.
They go to Johnson again. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know.
I got a punt, though.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
44 his first punt, and this is a good kick as well.
I'm going to get it back.
It'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return.
I got faith in my defense.
Hands 1st and 10. Cincinnati set to take over once again.
I don't want to dig this hole no deeper.
Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. Eluding the press. Now Burrow loses the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. 2nd time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble.
Keep putting them hits on him.
He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Look at the spin. That'll go as a punt of 32
Great field
yards.
position, man. We got to score this go around. Super short field.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3.
Lineman.
And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's
I think
a
that's
Brown
my,
shaking up on the play.
my guards.
While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Mayfield. Screen play. Johnson.
Damn, I'm out of field goal range, too, man. Fuck. I think I am. Damn.
How good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the ball. This is picked up by the Browns.
Have been a touchdown.
So not only do they get the fumble recovery on the punt, but now look at this field position. He almost took it the distance.
And the ability to not just make the play, but turn it into something big, that's what coaches harp on all the time. How do we create big plays that'll change the game? And that may have been one that just did.
So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb, running right through him. Yeah, the Browns are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. 2nd down and goal. Mayfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. David Njoku. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And once again, the Browns are back in front.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. And he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Come on, man. Look at this.
Stand on their double teams at the first level. Make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
It's a gain of 34.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Jordan Reed has it. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back now in Cincinnati. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. The 1st down screen pass, good for 5. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Mixon with it. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. And this is going to be incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
And McManus able to put it through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb, responsible for well over 100 yards of total offense, but still hasn't found the end zone. You think that's in the back of his mind going into this drive?
It's always in the back of the mind of a player who's having that type of a day, because you want that gratification for your work, right? You want that stamp on top of everything. But bottom line for him, he's doing great work. Sometimes it just opens it up for other people to actually get into the end zone for him.
The runners, you know, would they rather have 60 yards, 3 touchdowns, or 150 no touchdowns?
I think more than likely 150 and no touchdowns. But all the runners that I know would say, I'll take 150 and 3 touchdowns. They're greedy that way.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given
Good
up.
catch, Higgins.
Find the answers,
Hollywood Higgins.
Mayfield on first down. He'll drop this down to Johnson underneath. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They run. Chubb. And the Browns are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on set. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Browns have moved out in front. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead.
17.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, Phillips. He brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Ready to go on offense. Out come the Bengals. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 24. He'll set up to throw from the gun. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He was trying to get that ball to Auden Tate. And now it's 2nd down.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow.
Word. Good D. Larry Ogunjobi.
Larry Ogunjobi in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now it's Burrow. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Heading out as a Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the 1st downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
On the carry, it's Chubb. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10. And the Browns' 1st down.
fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll be taken down at the 34. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Now Mayfield. And finding the tight end Hooper. And eventually taken down, but how about that athletic spin move we saw? Gets him the first down yardage.
Run this clock out.
Handoff comes to Chubb. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
On 2nd down, it's Johnson. He will push his way down to about the 14. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. A give. This is Chubb. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call.
No.
So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, Charles, exciting to the very end. That's what we just saw in this game. Final play there, had it in the red zone, but anytime you're outside of the 10, that's tough. Trying to draw up a final play to get in, and they couldn't do it.
It certainly is. So what they were looking for was, extra time. Too bad it's not FIFA soccer, right, where you get a little bit of extra and you get a chance to run a couple more plays and maybe get closer and take that last shot into the end zone.
So for Cleveland, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.